I'm Della Cruz. Thank you very much for joining us. A family-owned business in Middlesex County is celebrating 35 years of keeping up with the latest trends. The Performing Arts Center at Jo-Ann's Dance Studio is located in South Plainfield. News 12 New Jersey photographer Will Caldwell captured this production for us.
Pretend we have our umbrellas. We're going to pretend. It's all right. Go ahead. Skip to your spots. And pretend to twirl your umbrella. Good. Put it down and walk. Walk around it.
Next, I'll chat with Jo-Ann and her son, Kenneth. Later in the show, I'll chat with a News 12 New Jersey intern from Piscataway. She was a student at Jo-Ann's dance studio for 10 years. I'm Della. We are putting the spotlight on Jo-Ann's dance studio, the Performing Arts Center in South Plainfield, Middlesex County. Jo-Ann Faulkner is director. Her son, Kenneth Faulkner-Alexander, is director of the KFA MUSIC STUDIO, and it's good to have both of you here.
Thank you, Della.
First of all, may I compliment you on that beautiful green dress, which I understand you picked out for your mom.
Of course.
Yes.
You have great taste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell people, what exactly is the KFA MUSIC STUDIO?
Well, it's for my initials, and it's called the KFA MUSIC STUDIO, and I teach piano, voice, classical, and musical theater.
How long have you had it?
21 years.
Long time.
Long time. Long time.
And what kind of students do you look for to bring in?
Disciplined and dedicated to this business, and basically kids who aren't into the whole fame, like with the arrival of American Idol and all the new instant fame shows. It's changed the business a lot. So I look for kids who get the fact that it's going to take a lot of hard work. And
you sound like Debbie Allen in Fame years ago.
Yeah.
It's going to take work.
Work, a lot of work, yeah. And you have to pay your dues and, you know, do summer stock, do all the different things that people my age used to do that they don't do now. Kids just want fame now, and that's sort of sad.
That's so different from when we were growing up. We knew going in you had to work hard, didn't we? Now, your discipline, your studio, has a full range of all kinds of dance disciplines, Jo-Ann. Tell us about the types of dance programs that you offer.
Well, our tagline is walk in, dance out.
Love it.
Excuse me. We start them at 3, 4 years old, and we take it right through to the professional levels, beginner level right through professional. We do classes in ballet, pointe, jazz, tap, modern, hip hop, and musical theater. And of course, the other section of our program is Kenny, and he does the music section, the piano, and the vocal lessons.
Those little kids dancing in the video that Will shot, they were
They're
so
very
adorable.
Sweet. And many times we have at the end of a performance, we announce our graduating seniors, and we have so many of those graduating seniors who started as those little children, 3 and 4 years old, in those little productions, and they go all the way through, and it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It pulls a tear out.
I was going to say, when you watch the growth and progression, both of you, of these students from wee little things to adults, what does that do for you?
Makes us very proud. Tugs at the heartstrings. Couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah, this is it. It makes you feel old.
Oh, please. Age is just a number.
Right.
Now, as a full performing arts center, what other areas in the performing arts besides dance are offered at your studio?
Well, as I mentioned, the musical theater, we have regular classes in musical theater, as well as Kenny does the vocal and the piano lessons. In musical theater, in opera, in liturgical music. If we can perform it, we teach it. We also have another area of our studio for health and wellness. We do yoga classes, Pilates reformer, Zumba classes. We try to hit it all.
So you cover the gamut. How big a staff do you have?
We have a staff of about 8 and many assistants.
And my sister.
And your sister, speaking of which, I did interview your mom and your sister earlier in the first show. What exactly do you all teach in this family business? And how do you work it out as a family together in a business?
That can be touchy sometimes. After the 35 years, and I guess you've been in about 21 years, Tara maybe a little bit longer, you have your guidelines that you have to go by, and we've managed. We've
family
done pretty
dynamics,
well.
lots of dynamics.
Lots of family dynamics, yes. And I think the biggest thing is for me as their mother to try to remember that I'm not their mother.
You've got to separate the two.
Yeah.
And she's our boss.
What is that like, having your mom as your boss?
It proves to be interesting, and she's a good boss. Like, she's a neat lady, as you well know.
Oh, thank you,
What a
Kenny.
great compliment. Now, what about you and Tara? Is there sibling rivalry? Is there a competitiveness between the two of you? Who's the older and who's the younger?
I'm the older.
Okay.
And I'm always wiser.
Oh, okay. Does Tara agree with that?
No.
No, not at all.
Now, you deal with the vocal, and you were great. Both of you were great in that video dancing. You said you haven't done it for 28 years?
Exactly. I haven't performed in 28 years. I've certainly, danced and taught and everything, but in 28 years I did not perform. I had no intention of performing. It was our 35th anniversary, and Kenny here kept saying to me, Mom, you have to dance, you have to dance. And I was like, no way, it's not happening, it's not happening. About 4 weeks before the show, he said, found some great music, and I'll do it with you. So the three of us got out there and danced.
And you rocked it, both of you. Go on with your bad
Thanks.
selves.
Thank you.
We'll be
Did a great
right
job.
back with more from Jo-Ann and Kenneth. Stay with us. I'm Della Cruz. We are back with Jo-Ann Faulkner, director of Jo-Ann's Dance Studio, and her son, Kenneth Faulkner-Alexander. He's director of the KFA Music Studio. And Jo-Ann, one other class that you all have added is?
We're beginning as of fall classes in self-defense for women. We're bringing in another member of the family, my husband Michael, who will be teaching those classes. We'll be starting them in September.
Why do you all feel it's important to offer self-defense?
I think just living in a community, you realize how many times a woman is coming out of a mall, so many different things have happened, and I think we need to feel a little bit like we can handle ourselves.
Empowered and safe.
That's
exactly.
right.
I like the way you combine that with dance. And Kenneth, you were telling me that students who attend your school, when they go to apply for schools later on, they have many choices.
Every student that I've taught for the last 21 years, I usually take about 7 students a year, seniors, and work on getting them into the different various college for classical voice, classical piano, or musical theater. And it's a long process, and the auditions are really hard auditions, and they've gotten harder each year. Mm-hmm. But since I started, none of my students every student of mine has gotten into their first choice of schools.
Wow, that's impressive. You must be so proud.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they must be excited about that too.
Yeah, and the parents are pleased as well. So, with scholarships too. So,
when you all audition your kids, you also like to meet with the parents and get a feel for them and get them involved. Why?
Kenny does, yes.
I want to know that a parent's going to be supportive of their child, and not just being it. They want their kid to be famous or something. That if in the arts, they're going to be at home probably longer than most kids, so they have to be prepared for that, and just to be knowing what it's going to entail for these kids to endure, and the discipline, and just the hard work that it takes.
And not to just come and watch the final result of the recital, to know what your child put into that.
Right.
How active are your families and parents with their kids' dance careers at your school?
For us, most are very active. They want to be in on the preparation for when they come in to register, to make sure that they're in the exact classes that they want, and some of them have goals for the future in the performing arts, and you want to make sure that they're on that kind of a track. And then there are other students that are not on that type of a track. They're there because they want to have fun, they want to learn how to dance. Certainly you're going to get grace and poise and charm from it. So we try to work individually with each set of parents, with each student. And Kenny has more of a one-on-one situation with his students. We've got many. He's got one-on-one, and spends a lot of time with the parents and the students.
Right, because I don't do any classes. I do all solo private lessons. Mm-hmm. So it's an hour with each kid, and then I usually meet with the parents afterwards to fill them in on what the progress is.
So it's a very intimate, close working relationship. How has the whole dance industry changed in the 35 years you've had your studio?
Oh, well, I think a lot. We have come to view so many dance things on television, so much performing arts, so many opportunities to watch young people auditioning and winning, and so that every time something like this is on, people come to the studio and say, "Oh, I just saw that. Can you work on this with my child or whatever?" the bar is way higher than it used to be.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, way higher. It's tough. It's tough, but it's challenging.
What about the drive of the young people every decade? What kind of changes have you seen in them? Or are they basically the same as we were growing up?
I think kids today feel much more entitled to the fame and the fortune that comes with it, and
we know that's because of reality shows.
Yeah,
the reality shows
that's
make
been
a big
such
difference.
a disservice to most of the kids.
And what's ahead for Jo-Ann Studio?
We've done very well for the last 35 years. We want to keep staying current, learning as much as we can, and passing everything on to our students and our parents. And I think we've done a good job for 35 years. I hope to continue it. Maybe another 35 years. We'll see.
You never know.
She gets younger with each year.
I do.
I see that.
I youthen.
I love her positive spirit, don't you, Michael? She's great. Michael's sitting over here in the studio, by the way. Thank you both very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Give my best to Tara and everybody there at the studio.
I will. Thank you so much, Della.
I am Della Cruz. Thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to find out more, do log on to news12.com, my Facebook page, and Twitter. And again, we'll be right back with an interview from an intern here at News 12 New Jersey. Stay with us. I'm Della Cruz. We're featuring Jo-Ann's dance studio in South Plainfield. News 12 New Jersey intern Kim Walker danced there for a decade. Kim says the lessons she learned at the studio still apply today. Now she's using them to chase her dreams. I asked how she got involved with dance.
Well, my mom, she found Jo-Ann through a mutual friend who had already sent her child there and got a great recommendation. So like I said, I started with combination class of ballet and tap, which is like a typical little 5-year-old class, and I fell in love. I met one of my best friends from there and kind of grew together in the studio, and I don't know, I fell in love with performing. I think that's what it was the most. Being on stage and having my family out in the State Theater, it was incredible, and I just couldn't get enough of it.
What was it like performing up there on stage? You didn't get nervous or zone out?
Not at all, the exact opposite. I feel like, especially when I'm performing on stage or anything like that, I kind of smile bigger and perform bigger, and you can see it when I look back on all the DVDs. My mom bought every DVD. I look back on those, you can see me being with the big, huge, cheesy smile, so excited to be there.
Kim, what would you say you learned from dance?
You definitely learn focus, you learn memorization, and you learn a lot of life skills in trust and making friends, and it's an incredible thing.
Kim, tell me what your experience as an intern here at News 12 New Jersey is like, and what are you learning from it?
Actually, a lot of the same things, to be funny. Definitely discipline, learning a lot more about television production and producing and what goes into a newscast. Learning a lot about the different